goes into the machine and then it comes out as ozone. And you can change the dosage, and you've got a chart on the top which makes it nice and clear. I just want to show you the mechanism of what's happening. So when we put ozone into the rectum, we're usually aiming for about 200 mils of ozone. And as a start-off point, you wouldn't want to go higher than 20 gamma, so we're keeping it low. 20 gamma means 20 micrograms per milliliter, doesn't it?
Yes.
The concentration is the gamma, and that is constant. So you need to know the gamma, and and that's what we're going to talk about that when we go through the protocol. So it's if you're doing coffee enemas, it's a good idea to do the ozone after the enema, because then you've got a nice clean colon and you're ready to go with the ozone. If you're not going to do an enema first, then you need to make sure you've had bowel motion, or do a little water enema, which can be applied with a little bulb, like a child's one, and just to stimulate the action of the colon to release. Because there's no point doing ozone if you've got congested colon. It's going to get very messy and yucky. And so we're going to put the ozone into the bag, and then when the 200 mils is in the bag, and I will demonstrate it later, you then release it. You roll the bag, and you put the gas then into the rectum. And then you're going to lie there, and just allow, you put it in as slowly as you need to, so there's no rush, and if it's at all uncomfortable, you stop. And you don't push the tube, you push the tube as high as you can comfortably. So with coffee enemas, it's a good idea to get the tube up as far as you can, without any discomfort. And it's the same with this, because the higher it is, the easier it's going to stay in there, and the longer it's going to, the more effect it's going to have. So once you put the 200 mils in there, it basically then you've got a colon which has got this ozone gas in it, and this, because it's negatively charged and it's loose atoms of the oxygen, it just gets absorbed by body. So you've got direct oxygen into the blood, and you've got all of this rich blood supply, so the blood can just take up all that extra oxygen. And we can even measure it. So the first time I did it rectally, I was quite interested to see how it would affect my control pause. Does anyone do buteyko breathing at all? So you know what I mean when I say that. So control pause is how long you can comfortably hold your breath without. After the out breath, you then count in seconds how long you can comfortably hold your breath, and that gives you your control pause. So a healthy control pause is actually 35. So sort of 30 and above. And actually, if you manage to get your control pause to 35 or above, cancer is not ever going to be an issue. You know, it's like sorted, because that means your body's getting highly oxygenated. So I brought a little device today. You stick your thumb in like that, and then you just press the button and switch it on. So it means you can measure it before and after. It can really help ulcerative colitis, and it can actually be really beneficial, but you just want to be really, really careful. So we have to be careful, because we can cause bleeding with any sort of just overdoing it. So it's causing little like localized trauma if it's inflamed. If you're not inflamed, it's absolutely fine. It's not going to have any local detrimental effects. Inside, everyone who's bought a kit, you'll have an instruction booklet inside there. Everyone who's bought a kit gets a free regulator and some tubing as well. So this is the Rectal that I've been using. So I'm just going to show you what I've been doing. And if you wanted to get, because it's just a different way of doing it, if you wanted to do it this way, you'd have to get some of these bags, which I think you could definitely get them from Promo Life, but James doesn't sell these bags. But I'm sure there's other places you can get them as well. So, these bags last for 21 times?
20, yeah.
20. So have everything close by. We've got some oil ready to oil the catheter. And this is the catheter in the bag. So we'll get that ready as well. Now, some people replace these every time. I just have a bucket of sterile, I do the same with my enema catheter as well. I just use them again, and I can't see the point of having to use a different one every time. But you have to then be prepared to wash it out and sterilise it. We've got 3 things to switch on. Okay, we've got the wall, we've got the oxygen, and we've got the generator. Now, just to say about the oxygen, this regulator is different from the one that you've got, and you've got a bullnose regulator. Which a word about oxygen. Obviously, it's a flammable thing. You have to be careful with it. It's a good idea to have it somewhere secure, maybe with like a strap attaching it to the wall. That was how it was explained to me when I first got my ozone kit. We don't want it knocking over. We don't want it falling over on that, and then it's potentially it's something you have to be careful with. So I've never heard of anyone having a problem with you. Have you with the oxygen? Never heard of it. So we're going to do. So we're going to start off with doing a 20 gamma. So I'll just explain what that is. So this is 20. So on the dial, you'll see 20 there. And so we get 20 by having the regulator on half on level 3. So on here, you've got a button that's level 1, 2, 3. And on here, you've got the different flow of oxygen. So the slower the oxygen comes out, so 132. So you go from these, that comes out the quickest, and that comes out the slowest. Because it makes sense, it's 1/32 of a litre per minute. So what that has the effect of doing is making the concentration more. And if you think of it, this is how I think of it. This is how I thought of it the first time. Imagine somebody's walking past really, really slowly, and you're going to throw tomatoes at them. And the slower they walk, the more tomatoes end up on them. So it's like that. Oh, wait, that's
I'm really tomatoes in it.
So that's just to kind of get your head around, why is it? It looks like it's 1/30, but it's more concentrated. So this is actually the highest concentration, 105. So that would be got by level 1 and 132. So you'd have level 1 on here and 132 second on there. And the number is gamma. It's what we call gamma, and that's the concentration of what we're administering. And then what it means is 20 micrograms per milliliter. That's what it means. So we're going to start on 20 because it's a nice low level. We don't want to shock the body. We're just going to take it gently. So we open the oxygen source, open the valve of the tank and the regulator at a flow of half a litre per minute. So that's here. So I'm going to do that. So here's the number. So we're going to switch that on the end. There. So that's now on 1/2 litre a minute, and that's going out of here, through the tank and out into here. But this is so it screws in quite nicely, and to go through it has to be unclamped, so that has to be open, but has to be closed once you've got it in there. Okay. Now I'm going to switch it. Now I'm going to put this on, and to get 200 mils with this bag, the reason I quite like these is because you can hold your finger over the bag, if you hold it there, then that's 200 mils there. It goes, if you don't hold your finger there, it'll just go into the rest of the bag. So you want to keep it in 200 mils, and that's how we're measuring it. Put that on there, and now, what level am I putting it on? At 20 gamma. Good. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I haven't switched it on there. Ding. Now it's going. And it's beginning to fill up. So oxygen's coming out here, through the machine, out into the bag. So now we're going to put the catheter on the end like that, and we're ready to go. I'm going to switch that one off, and now everything's off, and we're now going to get some oil. I always just use a little bit of olive oil, put it on the tube, just put it along the length of the tube. And then you're lying down somewhere comfortable, and then you can be on a bed and just lie on the towel in case you lose any sort of liquid. Sometimes you get liquefied feces coming out just a little bit, so you're just going to pop that in and sort of just thread it in until it feels comfortable. But it could be that far, it could be quite happily. Then once you're there and you're ready to go, you then release and roll. So we're going to roll like that. We'll just release, pushing it in like that sort of speed. And you'll feel it going in. It feels a bit bubbly and a bit like, gurgly. But it's not uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, don't do it, basically, stop. Because it's definitely not meant to be uncomfortable. And that's it. So then you will lie there for maybe 5-10 minutes. If you feel comfortable walking around like that and you know you're not going to lose it, you kind of get used to being able to hold it. Then you can get on and do what you want to do. But try and just keep it in there as long as you can, and that's oxygenating you. That's the first. So we're going to do that as a start off 3 times a week. Second week, you could take it to that one. 22. So that would be this time level 2 on the generator and half on the regulator. And then you could take it to 25. And then you could take it to, so again, each week you can take it up a notch, take it up 1. And don't go beyond that one. So that's really 39 is kind of where you should stop.
There's generally 2 types of ozone therapists, and they are American and then they are European in Germany, and I'm in the UK, so I was probably the second company, apart from this other medical ozone company, to set up an ozone company for the general population. And I work with Stephen Careen, a biomedical scientist who was working with the NHS. He left, he set up the Ozone Society in London, and he wanted me to design generators specific to practitioners only. And I thought, it's not really what I wanted to do. I think it's getting ozone available to the people at a reasonable price, because obviously ozone generators can go up to £3,000, £10,000. So take away a lot of the functions. We manually change the flow rate to change the concentration. In a £5,000 machine, you will just press on the digital interface, the touchscreen. It'll automatically do this for you electronically. You're going to pay thousands for that, and it doesn't affect the purity of the ozone. So to get it financially viable to everybody, we're going to take some functionality away and manufacture a lot, so we can bring down the cost, really. So yeah, in America, they have their own protocols, their own way. This is the American way. And I had then a decision to make whether I go down this route or go down the German European route. Have a kit like this. Okay? It's all ozone resistant. It has to be, because the ozone will oxidise the tubing and it will turn it yellow. And if it does that, then you have to throw away the tubing. So that's peroxide cured, generally speaking. We found a new tubing, platinum cured, so this will last 6 months without being replaced. So it's ozone resistant. You never have to change the bulb. And the bulb is actually measured to 200 mil, perfect amount for rectal insufflation. Yeah, it automatically measures it for you. The back, there's here. This is a check valve. The check valve is not returned. Yeah, so the bulb will suck the ozone from the bag. Yeah, and once it's into the bulb, you can't. When you squeeze the bulb, it won't go back because there's a compression joint here. It stops it going a backflow through. So we'll just remove the bag from there, and then we'll just connect this to the generator. Down the generator from here. But for the demonstration, I'm just going to go for like 4 meters. So it feels pretty quick. So once this is full, that's quite full, that's like a pillow. Yeah? You don't have to have it like that, but
yeah. Switch the ozone machine off.
Yeah. So, right, so we'll connect it back to the. There we go. Taking this off. This is what it came off. Okay, so now this ball will fill with ozone. Okay, so I'll clamp this shut. To clamp there. The ozone's in there, clamped it shut, okay? So when you go to do the application, you release this clamp. And now this bulb can draw through ozone from the bag into the bulb, measured perfectly. So, this is the other, it's indicated with a blue ozone resistant lure lock. And this is the catheter that will go in the rectum. But before we do that, we're going to flush the lines out. So, all this is like interchangeable, it all locks in together. So you can remove a lot of stuff. If you do it too tight, you can't. Yeah. So this will connect to the destruct, the rectum side of the tube. It just twists on. So what this will do, just push through, and then it automatically fills the bulb from the bag. See the bag going down? That's 200 ml of ozone gas. Push through again. What's this doing? It's pushing the ozone into the destruct, which is manganese dioxide. It's an inorganic compound which converts ozone back into oxygen, and then release. That sound tells you it's drawing the ozone from the bag. You don't really have to think about it. It does this through check valves, non-return valves. So then you're ready. The lines are flushed with ozone.
But the machine's not on. That one's not on.
No,
because it doesn't need to be. Of course.
Works forever. So you can always. It's just convenient to have it in the machine. America don't put them in the machine. You have to buy them separately. But I incorporated it in the machine. It's just more convenient to all work from the machine than buy another destruct. So the catheter. Connect the catheter. And then really, you take the kit. It's all lined. It's full of ozone, 200 ml, it's measured at 200 ml, just there. And you can go and do rectal insufflation wherever you want in the house. So you can leave the generator there. You don't have to be near the generator, or you can just go anywhere. Yeah? And this will go to the rectum, and this will push, one push, 200 ml. The reason why the practice is like this and that will put the gases in there.
So
Release.
that's, as you're pressing it, it's going into the
It's going into the rectum,
into the,
and as I'm releasing, it's coming from the back. See the bags?
yeah,
Automatically does it
So
for
you
you.
can keep doing that.
It's measured, yeah.
Measured. So you've got
So it's a more convenient way.
so you can either stop at 200 or you might want to
Yeah, if
do
you want to do
200.
600 or 800, go
Yeah.
for it. Just
Start
don't
with just do 200.
go above 47, 43, because the epithelium cells or the enterocytes in the rectum, the concentrations above these concentrations for rectal administration, it can damage or hurt temporarily the cells. So